Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 6 of season 2 of Loki. This is the season finale, and I cannot wait to see how this wraps up and comes to a close because I've been really enjoying this season. You know, season 1 was really strong. I love what they did with it, but I just feel like they did a great job following that up because this really does feel like an extension of that, a continuation of that. And we're still waiting to kind of book in that whole setup that we got at the end of season 1. And I'm excited to see how they do that with Loki being able to control his time slipping, to be able to maybe influence and change and alter the past, see something different than what we've seen with the TVA so far. I'm excited to see how this unfolds. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you got a memorable channel, gets you access as well. It's a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for reaction the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while so you're ready to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction to at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really does go a long way with helping these videos out. And that all said out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 6, Glorious Purpose. Here we go. Oh, we're going through it backwards. Interesting. No, I like that, man, with us rewinding.
Good luck. Time to be brave.
All right, let's see what happens now. Ooh. Well, act. You're running out of time, buddy.
Ready.
How long will he have?
Not long. I don't know about this radiation.
Why are we not stopping him? Yeah, Loki?
Obi,
Is he dead?
what could we have done differently?
Oh, he's gonna learn from it and loop and loop and loop until he gets it right. He's using it to learn how to do this the right way. Okay, let's go. He's gonna edge it tomorrow, this shit.
When those doors open, get down the gangway as fast as you can. Load the multiplier, hit the green button, launch it, and get back, okay?
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Let's keep moving.
Little faster, little faster. We gotta clock it. Speed run this shit. Nope, not quite. Nope.
Load the multiplier, hit the green button, launch it, and get back, okay? Let's keep moving. Let's go a little faster this time.
Nope, he didn't even make any progress that time.
Yeah, not faster.
So,
Earlier.
Yeah, way earlier. Yes!
I know right now you're hurt and you're angry, but we need your help in finishing the throughput multiplier. Fast. It's on the
Okay. Oh my god.
again.
Oh my god, it's getting worse.
Again.
Hey, a couple steps this time. Man, no. Wow.
Introductions. Ouroboros. This is Victor Time. This is Ouroboros. Guess what? The TVA handbook.
Oh my god.
You both wrote it. Isn't that amazing? Look, here is a model of the loom, which Obi so helpfully mocked up. It's absolutely perfect.
Aww.
Why me?
Because you volunteered. Something could go wrong. And you know how the multiplier works. It'll make sense. Mobius, you're in luck. It looks like Mobius, but it's actually Victor Timely. Victor, me, in this suit, when those doors open, get down the gangway as fast as you can. Is that gonna be easy? A lot of temporal radiation. Everybody following?
yes.
Good. Load them up.
The multiplier isn't ready yet.
Timely
What does it?
has
Wizard?
this, a prototype.
Wizard!
Put and invert the temporal decay.
He's learned about how all it works too at this point too.
Obi, how long will it take me to know everything that you know about mechanics, physics, and engineering?
Oh, ooh, wow.
But if I had to know, I mean, I really, really, really had to know, how long would it take?
He's gonna find some way for him to be the one to do all of this.
Centuries.
The tubes. The tube. Centuries later.
Maybe Obi should test that thing first?
Testing protocol is key to save scientific
I
advancement.
guess he
Perfect. Timely.
He just kept looping and looping and looping until he learned. Dude, you gotta commend Loki's commitment at this point, man. This is like
Completely safe. Watch this.
Okay, low.
Your turn. I'll take those.
This is fucking amazing.
Tape your right thumb, left knee, and faceplate, or the temporal radiation will peel your skin right off. What's the first step? Trip hazard.
Right thumb, left.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Do not set the multiplier down, or it will roll off the gangway. Okay?
Wow. How many... I mean, it's been centuries to Loki. How many times has he ran this scenario? He's got it down, though.
Won't it overheat?
No, it's not going to overheat, because we don't allow it to interface directly with Timely's adaptive exponential computing system. With all those upgrades,
God damn!
the rings. Rings are too small. We're going to make them bigger. Let's go.
Better watch out, OB. Looks like
Someone's coming for your job. That's right. I'm coming.
Oh my god, dude. I love this. Good lord, man. I swear if he still dies immediately. Oh! Hell yeah! Progress! Book it!
One step at a time. Be brave. You're being so brave.
I mean, at this point, Loki learned all of this to do that. Could he have not learned exactly what he needs to do at this point and just did it himself? And it would get to the point where no one would even know he contributed and it just resolved itself and he wouldn't get credit for any of it. Hey, hell, man, he made it.
Not yet.
Gotta connect it and launch it.
Victor, what did I tell you? Do not put the multiplier down. It will roll off the gangway.
He's like backseat gaming right now. All right, all right, all right, all right.
It can be a little sticky.
Okay, okay, all right. Just needed to give it a harder press.
Knock him back. Quick.
Is he gonna be able to survive long enough to get back? Oh shit, he actually did make it back. Fucking Ravonna pops up and just pow!
It's integrating.
The loom is weaving the branches together. It's stabilizing.
The preview showed the end of time at Eliath, a lot of Ravonna. Something's gonna happen.
Look at this. It worked.
God damn, Loki.
Did it?
Dude!
It worked.
Wait,
What?
these readings are off.
Oh no.
The branches of time are duplicating at an infinite rate.
So no matter how much we increase the throughput,
So it's all for nothing. Well, here comes the wave again. It's like the TVA has to go back to work. Like the only solution is to infinitely prune. Oh, that's why we showed that stuff. He's gonna save He Who Remains. Ooh.
you must not follow through. It all ends if you do. I know this sounds strange. I've seen it.
Enchant him. You can show her.
You'll have to kill me.
Close.
Oh, we gotta try this again. Dude, Loki's safe scumming.
You'll have to kill me.
His little death gasps.
Get me out.
You
Wow.
want me to stop, you'll have to kill me.
I mean, what if he just has to kill Sylvie? Enchant him. See what he's seen, see your future, see the outcome, see your forgiveness. That's the easy way out, Loki.
Why do you never try to stop her? Fight back.
He's chastising him. Well, okay. He has a pause button.
How many times have you been at this?
Wow.
Oh, come on. You're not telling me you haven't learned how to pause time yet. I figured you'd be way
What?
past that.
I know about the slipping. Who do you think paved that road? Here you were, slipping through time.
Oh, kiddo, did you really think I was just gonna sit back and let her kill me? And that be it? Zip, nada? Go through this a couple thousand more times, get your bearings, and then you just let me know. Okay, when you're ready to have a conversation.
Well, shit. Quick learner.
And what makes you think this is the first time we've had this conversation?
Oh.
When the loom is overloaded with branches, it deletes the ones that aren't supposed to be there. Everything except the sacred timeline.
Oh.
And the TVA, well, that's just collateral damage. No biggie. Easy to rebuild.
Wow.
What a waste of time.
And as you may or may not know, my variants are already out there. We'll find them. There's too many. I won't stop. But the outcome to this equation remains the same.
I'll change the equation. I'll break your loom.
But the loom prevents a brutal war where nothing survives, Loki. Not even the sacred timeline.
So the entire time they were repairing the very thing that keeps him in place.
I made the tough choices. That's why I get the big check.
Break the loom and you cause a war that kills us all. Game over. Or
Kill her.
Why have we not just had her enchant him?
What are you gonna do?
Oh.
Finish what I started. Mobius, I need your help.
I'm listening.
How do you choose who lives and who dies?
Because it was the proper flow of time.
What comfort is that?
Comfort? Well, there's no comfort. You're not gonna find comfort at the TVA. A couple of hunters went out on a mission somewhere near the Black Sea to find a variant who's gonna be responsible for 5,000 deaths. The variant is an 8-year-old boy. He was just minding his own business. Swimming with his brother, jumping off the dock. And one of the hunters, who had never had trouble pruning before, he had never hesitated, but that day, he did. Timeline started to branch, more variants appeared. Happened so fast his partner had to step in and prune the kid. A couple hunters died. All because that one hunter, he lost sight of the big picture. Most purpose.
That's some heavy, dark shit,
more
man.
burden than glory. And trust me, you never want to be the guy who avoids it because you can't live with the burden.
I like that, man. Most purpose is more burden than glory. Is that how he's put it?
You know, she's the reason you're here instead of dust in a TVA vent.
Interesting.
She knew the hard thing to do was the thing that had to be done.
He's got to go back to his sentencing.
No, there's no comfort. You just choose your burden.
Thank you, Mobius.
I have no idea how I'm going to edit this episode, man. There's so many good bits. Whoa. Yeah.
I went back. I thought I could fix the loom. It's a failsafe. It was designed to protect the sacred timeline and nothing else.
Of course it is.
The only way that anything
As if
survives.
I never kill he who remains in the first place. So you have to kill me.
Or get you to not do it.
You're replacing one nightmare with another.
If there's a hope that you can replace that thing with something better.
Hey, I just say let it I don't know. Sabotage the loom, get rid of it, let things branch, and just play your cards. Deal with all of the multiversal stuff. Let things be as they were meant to be. Calamity and all.
Hey.
What is he doing?
I know what I want. I know what kind of god I need to be for you. For all of us. No!
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Dude. He destroyed the loom. Ooh, his horns have the same pattern as He Who Remains Casal. This is wicked cool right now, man. Oh. Whoa. This is so wild, man. Might be his best design, too. He wants to replace it with something better, right? Is that gonna be him? Is he gonna be He Who Remains? If one needs to exist to keep things together, is he gonna take that position? Become the god of stories? He's dragging all these weaves with him. Whoa. He was saying he didn't want the throne, man, but the throne he has. Only when the throne wasn't something he needed or wanted did he finally get one. Yo. Holy fuck. It looks like the world tree almost. Yggdrasil? It is! Oh, wow. After.
And are we sure she won't
try to kill us all?
Yeah.
I got those reports on the variants of He Who Remains.
Do any of them know that we exist yet?
Oh, I guess one of them caused a little bit of a ruckus on 616 adjacent realm, but they handled it, so we're all good for now.
Kang? That'd be Quantumania, I guess. Oh, he's finally taking a look.
You think the TVA is gonna miss a tired, washed-up old analyst with a heart of gold?
I think there's one or two who will.
You
I've gotta go see what exactly it is we've been protecting for all this time.
Well, if you ever want a seat in there, it's yours.
They need you in there.
No.
Are you scared?
Oh, yeah.
New books. Second edition. No. No book for Timely. Hey, look who got to survive. Where are you? Well, if she was pruned, she should be at the end of time. She might be at the base of Loki's new castle. Or no, she's at Eliath's playground. There's the pyramid. Hey, I was right about this at least. Oh, the old TVA. Dude, if Loki was riding it, that would be insane. But I think she's going to tame it. Because remember, I think she was the one that tamed it in the first place. But like, it's just right on the other side of Loki's property line, right? So I need to do something about that.
The yard could do with a bit of work.
Christ, it's the best house on the block. Never look, never know.
It's weird that Loki's not here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, see you around, I guess.
Where are you gonna go?
You?
Hey, she's still got his He Who Remains his temp pad, right? She can still do whatever the hell she wants. Oh, even visit Loki if she wanted to. How does this work when him himself is just over there? Ooh. And he's alone, but his friends are safe. No. God damn, man. I'm gonna let it all wind out just in case, because sometimes there's little whispers or little some. Oh, that was it. Absolutely nothing. I'm kind of okay with that, actually. I mean, it delivered everything it needed to. It itself was kind of, I don't even know what UT's next, man. Except maybe a Kang variant or something. I don't know. I don't even know what you could have put in there. This episode was so packed. It was so just well executed on every facet, from Tom Hiddleston's performance to the way that they paced it out and parsed out and tied it back into, you know, everything that we've been following from season 1 to now, and kind of paid it all off in a beautiful way to capstone Loki's entire journey. You know, his whole thing initially, you know, in this way of self-reflection that the show became for his character, was about, like, what does he want? And what is his purpose? His quest for a throne, all these things that he was trying to get to lift himself up, to kind of patch up these internalized wounds that he didn't quite realize that he had, or maybe just didn't acknowledge, and how everything was just a self-realization that was kind of crafting his downfall, only until he freed himself of this loop, which is exactly what's happening here, this cycle that all Lokis were kind of trapped in by design, whether it be by their own design or He Who Remains design. One could argue it could go either way, or it's a little bit, it goes hand in hand. But it was this thing of false fulfillment. You know, he was burdened, as he said, with glorious purpose, but I loved how that was reframed now when all of this hinges on him. It's no longer, or it was no longer initially about, you know, ruling anything, obtaining power. He grew to a point where he didn't want the power. He was trying to find any way to not land in that throne. The thing that literally is presiding over everything, like barring the Watcher or anything above that character, which he has not been made aware of yet. This is the pinnacle seat that he knows, but the last thing he wanted to do was be the one behind it. He wanted to be with his friends. He wanted to make sure that they got to live. He, you know, when the answer, seemingly the only way out of this was to kill Sylvie, he even like confronted her about it, like, and reached out to her and be like, what do I do? And it was sacrificing himself, doing the selfless thing for once. Because that goes back to last episode when she caught him in the lie that he was doing this to save everything. But at the end of the day, it was just so he could save his friends, because what would he be without them? And now he gets to find that out. He sacrifices that so that they can live, isolates himself, severs himself from everybody so that they can live. The complete opposite of anything he would have done when he came into the TVA. Like, his journey is beautiful. And I loved that. Once he got in control of those powers, the time slipping, the time stopping, the rewinding, all of it, he was like, the time radiation itself isn't going to do anything to him. And I loved that reveal. Like, he locked them all in, ripped it off. He just went out there, let his TVA clothes burn away as his new kingly garb forms around him. And that is the best Loki outfit that I've seen, be it comics or this. I loved that outfit, man. And with it having the cracked obsidian design with the gold inlay, just like He Who Remains Castle forming his horned crown as he grabs the timelines that were dying, instilled them with his magic, bringing them back to life, tying them together. And rather than having a loop folding in on itself, endlessly cycling, he built instead a tree, just like the one in Norse mythology, the one that would be rooted in the 9 realms and it's just all of that, with its roots branching one way, the core tenets here in the second, making the trunk branching out into this beautiful, beautiful infinity, man. Oh my God, it's so good. The design work, the music, the performances, the way this all just kind of came together. And then just the way everybody that he left behind has to figure things out as well. We found out, at least we learned that because of the nature of these timelines and all that stuff, something needs to be in place to keep them safe. Especially if his variants are going to be coming, if a multiversal war is a potentiality that they have to keep an eye out for. They've now, rather than pruning the timelines, they are cultivating and growing this tree that is going to grow forever, while Loki is crafting it, keeping it safe, powering it, stringing it, weaving it himself, keeping it tethered together like He Who Remains once did, so they shouldn't die. He's tethering them to himself. And I love that because of that. That's why it took form as the tree instead. His view of what a timeline should be, or what these branches, what the universe, the multiverse should look like. I love that aspect of it. But in that wake, he's like, just like with He Who Remains, rather than just putting him right back and just putting back in the same system, we have to restart all of it, TVA included. And because of his intervention, we got this rebooted Miss Minutes, which are like, is this one going to kill us? And Obi's just like, nah. But you just got to roll with it. Ravonna is pruned. She is at the end of time. Like I was talking about, I was like, if she was pruned, that's where she would go. Depending on how fast everything else around this happens, she should still be alive. And if it is true that she's the one that tamed Alioth in this timeline, it's not like Alioth is going to kill her. So that might be how she gets out of there. That might be how she wreaks havoc on the timelines, or maybe even finds her way to other Kang variants. They even referenced the one from Ultimania. And this is like, hey, there was this Kang variant that popped up and gave some trouble in 616 adjacent, or whatever they said. I don't know exactly what that entails, because it said 616 adjacent is what I heard. I could have heard that wrong. But they managed to handle it all on their own. And that's the one time we've seen that happen so far. So that's the only thing I could think of that was referencing. But Mobius finally, given the whole change up, the change in leadership, the new approach that the TVA has, and the new monitors that are, the different way that they're monitoring the timeline now. It's no longer this, this line with the red zones branching out. It's just the tree, and they're just monitoring it for, anachronisms, things that are a danger to that tree. And then Hunter B-15 has gone on to be part of the War Council, to be part of the higher-ups, the people that are part of the new lifeblood of the TVA. OB's up and about with everybody. There's a brand new edition of the TVA handbook that went out. Part of me wondered if Loki has a credit in that now, because now he had to learn, in order to do all that stuff in the beginning, everything OB and Timely knew. He learned all the quantum physics, all the stuff about the loom, everything in and out of the TVA to the point where he was the one building everything, putting it all together, and operating the systems without any intervention from them. I half expected this new edition to be written by Loki with all the things that he's learned from all of his trial and error attempts that none of them would have been present to remember. And who knows? I don't know if OB opened that book to see his picture's no longer in there. I would be curious to see what it is he saw. That would be my guess. But that would be sad to take away his one bestseller, if that were to be the case. Sylvie's free to go and do whatever the hell she wants now. Mobius, it was free to go back to his timeline, though he still exists there. He still exists on that timeline, so that's a puzzling thing. Maybe he came in to the point where that his variant would get plucked to go to the TVA if we're talking timelines, and he's just going to walk in, kind of like what Loki talked about in the last episode, and just kind of fill in that space. So the people in his life will never know he was gone. Maybe he has his memories back. Maybe Sylvie can give him his memories back or whatever. And he'll just slide right into that to fill in that gap while he goes and fills out his life on the TVA in the past and all that. I don't know. Not sure how that's going to work, but he's at least out there. I love the conclusions for all of this, because they said that they wrote season 1 and season 2 as kind of 2 chapters of the same story, that it bookends this stuff. So like that, I guess that's why there's no setup for season 3 of Loki in this. So this may be it, and we might just see the repercussions of this throughout the MCU, throughout the rest of the multiverse saga. This might be the end of Loki. I don't know if we're going to get a season 3 of it. They said that they planned it to the storyline that began in season 1 to end in season 2. So it's they had said that these 2 were designed to be self-contained. So that's why I'm kind of unsure where we go from here, and excited to see how this comes up. Because there's also talks about how they really want to reunite Thor and Loki in a later project in some way. And if this is the Loki that they reunite him with, that would be an insane pairing and revelation I would love to see play out so differently. Oh, the dynamic would be completely different. But I love how we pan back in to Loki and his solitary throne, surrounded by the endless voices and echoes of the timelines around him, and his throne that he turned made of gold. I loved his rise to that throne. And again, by this point, it was not a throne he wanted. He became Jon Snow, except this time he actually got the throne. He didn't want it. He didn't want that power. He didn't want that responsibility, but he needed to do it if anybody he cared about, or the world, the lives. It wasn't about power. It was the first time he was doing something for everybody else. God, I love it. Oh my God, I fucking love it. Aside from like his sacrifice in Infinity War, but this one, like by large and far, is on a whole other scale. And I love the way that he sought advice through all these people that mattered to him so much, in his own way, saying these final goodbyes to everybody as he was hopping through time. And then that last moment where he went to the deck where the loom was exploding, right before he went out and destroyed it. Because that's why he's like, hey, I'm not letting He Remains cycle just fulfill itself again, because that's what he wants. I'm going to take my chances, and I'm going to put myself in that chair. I'm going to protect everybody and hope that we can replace this, like he said to Sylvie, with something better. We know that it's needed at this point, but we can do better. Rather than put in place the problematic system that was already there and set to recycle itself all over again, we're going to try something different this time. And we'll see what happens, man. It was just so beautiful. It was so, so, so beautiful. And visually, just, the visuals in the show is so good. Instantly, like I was always kind of like WandaVision or Loki with season 1 and stuff like that. But like this, if you pairing it with season 1, like it catapults it. This is hands down, in my opinion, the best thing Disney Plus has put out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. I think this episode was one of the wildest just things that has even happened in the MCU. Just the weight, the moment, the stakes, the catharsis, all of these things, and just like the concept itself. Like it's easy a top 5 moment for me in the entirety of this Marvel stuff, dude. You know, I always worry about how something comes to a conclusion and all that, but this show knocked it out of the park. It feels so satisfying. While it is sad, It just completes Loki's journey with his sacrifice in the end. You know, he claimed this seat of power reluctantly and only as a last choice, a last option, not because he wanted it, but because he had to. And that's the perfect fulfillment of his character. But it's a sad end to it because it's not really a reward in the end. It's not like this thing that he achieved in the end. It's this sacrifice that he had to make in order to save all of reality, but more importantly to him, his friends and their lives, the worlds that they live in and are from, and all of that. It's a really satisfying ending, one might say. There's so much still to process in this, and there's still so much I feel like I'm overlooking or I'm glossing over, but we'll talk about that when it comes up in New Rockstar's breakdown, because anything I don't remember, I'm skirting over right now. I'm sure it'll come up in that. So I don't know if you guys, I know some people check those out, but I've been checking those out, and I'll give my opinions, thoughts on some of the things they bring up, also the enlightenment that comes with that, and then it allows me to reconstruct a lot of different opinions around everything. It's a lot of fun, you know. I have the go-ahead from them to do stuff like that, so it's all cool. So like I love doing that because it's just like it also gives me another perspective, and sometimes shines a light on it in a different way that I wasn't looking at it. So it's a lot of fun to kind of recontextualize the stuff I just watched through another lens, and also just seeing all the little work that goes into the background, like with the Easter eggs and all that stuff. Here I am just promoting New Rockstars right now, but anyway. I just want people to check that out because anything I miss here, I will more than likely address over there in that video when that comes out in a few days. But guys, that's about all I got right now. I need to get to editing this. I have no idea how I'm trimming this down. What did you guys think? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about the resolution? How do you feel about Loki's escalation into God of Time, God of Stories, or whatever you want to call him at this point? Loki who remains. Either way, I loved what they did. So let me know what you guys thought. Sound off the comments down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Ryan Karen, York Scott, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Contrell, Eric Official, Amy Becca, and Casey Wood. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.